Hello everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I hope that you've been enjoying my Halloween series. Today is day 20, so only 8 more days after today. 20 projects are in the books now. Very exciting, and I hope that you'll hang out for week 4 of Halloween projects. I love making them, and I hope that you love making them as well. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite and if you make a lot of Halloween packaging. So today we're going to make this adorable little box. So cute. It uses the spooky Halloween set, but for the sentiment, I chose to use the Trick or Treat from Fright Night. I really love the thinness of that sentiment there. I think it works really good with our Frankenpup. And I'm going to teach you how to make this really cool project. Sorry. So hang in there with me and let's see how to make it. So you need a 6x6 piece of DSP. It works really, really well. In the past, we had a lot of Halloween papers that were 6x6. I am using this really cool black and white patterned paper. I think it's amazing. And it's from Botanical Textures. I'm going to show you how it opens. So you undo the ribbon. The ribbon stays attached because it's attached to the label on the front. And you're just going to pop that open. And then inside, I put a Butterfinger in this one, but you could put any candy that you wanted. Or any kind of treat that would fit in something like this. So it's super cute. So then you tuck this back again behind the label and you bring your ribbon up and around, and then you just tie your bow at the top. So I did use the Nested Essential dies for my label on the front. Nested Essential dies and Stylish Shapes are probably my 2 go-to die sets. They're pretty awesome, and I enjoy using them. That's this rectangle here that I've used. So I'm going to show you how to put this treat together. So the Botanical Textures is really cool because the B side is all these really cool spooky black and white textures. So you can use it perfectly for Halloween. So here is the other side. So we're going to put it on the side we want to start with, okay? And we are going to do some scoring. So on side 1, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, at 2 1/4, at 3 1/4, and at 5. Okay, that's side 1. Then you're going to rotate it counterclockwise, clockwise, just 1 turn. And on the second side, the side that you didn't have the score lines on, you're going to score at 1 inch, at 4 inch, and 4 1/2 inches. All right, and we're going to burnish just like we do any other project. It's going to be hard for you guys to see the lines, especially on this Botanical Texture side, the one with the leaves. So I'm just going to slowly score them, and I will show it to you on the dark side once I'm done, because it's very hard to see on this side, but you do need to score, burnish to that side. So you just have to be careful and gentle and find your lines so that you can burnish them properly. Okay, so you can see here, this has this little section. It has a hang down section, and then it has a skinny on this one side, a little bit wider, bigger than the one on this side right here, then this one, then this one. So I know it's a little confusing and hard to see. Hopefully you can see it a little better on this black side. It's more solid. I'm gonna show you how to go ahead and yeah, trim this away. So we're gonna cut the 2 panels. There's one here and one here on this skinny side, the one that has the 1/2 inch. So we don't need, and I'm gonna angle cut here, and then I'm gonna get rid of both of these sections. There's a skinny one, this is one right here, see? and then this one. So we got rid of both of those. And then on the bottom, we're gonna get rid of the kind of a longer skinny piece. We're also gonna angle cut. And this is where our bag gets glued, okay? So now we have a tab on this little 1/2 inch score line. All right, so everything is gonna go away for 2 panels, except for the second set of 2 panels. So when you have your little your tab on the right, you're gonna get rid of the 2 panels on the left. You're gonna skip these 2 panels. Then you're gonna get rid of these 2 panels and these 2 panels. So basically, you're getting rid of, next to this, you're getting rid of 4 boxes. So you're gonna get rid of the 2 here and the 2 here. And we're gonna go ahead and cut those away. All right, and so that's actually 4 panels because there's a skinnier one right here, there's a bigger one here, and then this is a thinner section. So there's a small panel right here and a small panel right here. So those go away. So on the side that this is, you're getting rid of everything on top. You want this big panel and this smaller one, but you don't want the one on this side. So you're just gonna cut straight to that panel, and then you're gonna come down. It's easier to see on this side, so I'm just gonna cut it on this side. So we're gonna get rid of that. And so this is what you have so far, but there's gonna be more cutting. So if you wanna save pieces to die cut bats or things like that, I would save these larger pieces. I don't think you really need these skinny ones unless you're doing some kind of sentiment. But you could easily die cut some bats and some fun things out of these pieces of designer series paper. I'm just going to get rid of the smaller skinny ones, and I'm going to keep those larger pieces. All right, so now we're going to trim this section, okay? And this is the part that attaches together. So you have a larger rectangle and a square, a larger rectangle and a square. And we're just going to trim up these score lines, okay? And on here, sorry, I didn't cut that very straight. We're going to angle cut these 2 pieces. So it's going to get rid of some bulk in the corners. So you want to have straight lines on the rectangles, you know, like kind of a straight line on each of those. And then the squares get tabbed, okay? So we're going to tab this one and tab this one right to that score line. So this is the bottom of our box. So now our box is cut and complete. It should be a little easier for you guys to see. So see, these are the panels. So you have this smaller panel, a bigger panel, a smaller, a bigger, and then the skinny tab. And then you only have the one section at the top. So now we're gonna glue our little box together. So I'm gonna grab my silicone mat. And I always glue the tab first. So I'm gonna put some glue on the tab. It's gonna assemble our little box into a box shape. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that there and lay that flat. And it's gonna grab and it's gonna form our box, okay? So here is our cover for the top. I'll show you that in a minute. We're gonna do this and this and then this, okay? This is the front, so it's the last piece that gets glued, okay? And then these are the inside pieces. I'm gonna attach one to the other. They kind of overlap a little, see? So if you hold it square and hold that in place, you can put your glue on your larger panel, and once you close this, it will help square it off, okay? And then the last piece goes on the front panel, and that goes to the back like this. And then all you're gonna do is flip it over and put your bone folder in with the curved side down, and just make sure that those pieces got glued down. And then of course you're gonna put whatever candy you want in there. Now you're gonna pinch this together just slightly, just so it's like half the size. But you want that piece to be loose, okay? This is what's gonna come down and form that lid, see? Over that cinched piece on the sides, okay? So here's the fun part. Let's just go ahead and tie it with the ribbon. It'll help hold it together for us. And it might be a little tricky to get your ribbon So I just keep holding that piece until I have my ribbon around and it's even at the top. So once I have that, holding it here will keep this part closed, okay? So we're gonna just tie the ribbon just temporarily because we're gonna put the candy in it, but we have to tie it to assemble the front of the box so the ribbon doesn't come off. So you'll have to tie this ribbon twice. So it's really up to you. You could put your candy in there first if you want to, but I didn't. I'm gonna retie it when it's time to put my candies in. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and tie the bow on top. And once I tie this bow, and it doesn't have to be pretty because remember, we're gonna reopen it. Just make sure it secures it and holds the top closed, okay? So just move that out of the way. So now you have it secure. All right, we're gonna get the second smallest label from Nested Essentials, the rounded rectangles, and we're gonna grab this Trick or Treat, okay? I'm gonna grab my piece, and I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm just gonna ink up the or first, and you just have to be real gentle. All right, and just use the tip. See how I got that? And I'm gonna go ahead and stamp that right there in the middle of my label, okay? And it's okay if it's not perfect because it's spooky, so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so now I'm gonna clean my stamp, and I'm gonna stamp my trick, so I only have to put the pad over that word. And we'll stamp that one, just make sure that I think I got some on the or, so let me try again. You can also put a piece of tape over the parts you don't want, but I'm going to try one more time. I think I just got a little excited and I used too much of the ink pad. All right, so there's my trick, and I'm going to add this kind of angled to the up. See? Now I'm going to clean, and I'm going to angle the treat the other direction because this sentiment is wavy, so it's really easy to do that technique. So now I'm going to come on this side and just ink up the word treat, and again we're going to angle it. So now it says trick or treat. Now we're going to go ahead and glue this piece on without the puppy. And it works really well if you can do this. So you're gonna grab, whoops, some white scraps came flying out. Okay, we're gonna use the dimensionals. So we're gonna use these to hold our ribbon in place. Now you don't wanna secure it where this flap is. You wanna secure it under. So I'm gonna put one on this side, one on this side. I'm gonna do 3, okay? And one more. That's gonna hold your ribbon in place right there. Okay, and then what you're going to do is this is going to fill the whole piece, okay? So you just want to make sure that you can put more dimensionals on these edges here to secure your entire label any way that you want. So yes, I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals. I know you're not surprised. I do use my fair share. Okay, so there it is. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pull the backs off, and I'm going to attach my label. Then I'm going to open my box. This is when I will put my candy inside. And the reason I'm gonna wait to open my box until I have my label on is I don't want this ribbon to come up. But I have to press from the back side, and being that there's nothing in there, it's very hard to do. So you can cover this flap, because we're going to tuck that behind, and so you want to leave about, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so on the bottom, and then press that. So now you're going to open your ribbon, and you're going to slide this. Stick your fingers inside and grab and press your label onto your box, okay? Now you can put your candy inside. Now you're going to slide that behind the ribbon, just like that, so it closes your box. And then now you can tie your pretty bow because you don't have to hold the ribbon, you don't have to be taut. It's just super easy to tie now. So once we tie this ribbon, we'll add our little puppy, and I will talk about how I colored him because I have colored him already. He was colored with blends. I didn't tie that very well. I'm going to try again. I flipped the ribbon when I put it through the loop, and I didn't want to do that. All right, so here we go. Well, now I got it, I think. No, I didn't. For some reason, I'm like letting go before I grab the ribbon. Okay, let's try that again. Got it. All right, so there's my cute iridescent petunia pop ribbon. Love this ribbon. All right. When you're happy with your bow, and it may take a minute, bows sometimes can be trouble. All right, there you go. We're going to go ahead and attach our puppy on. So I'm gonna use dimensionals also to add my puppy. So for those of you who are taking bets at how many dimensionals I used, you're wrong, because I'm using more. Okay, and we're gonna add him just here. So his lollipop is not gonna get dimensionals because I don't want to cover the word trick. I guess I can move him out. I'll move him out. We'll put the lollipop with a dimensional. So right even with the lollipop across is what I want to use dimensionals. So I'm going to just put one at the top of his lolly, and I'm actually going to put at the bottom of his lolly, and then I'm going to work my way across that piece. I'm going to give him some on his feet. He's so cute. And then I can put like one here, and put one in the middle. And then I'm going to use some edge pieces. We'll put one on this hand. And one on this hand. And I'm going to put another one in the middle. Let's see. One right there. All right, let's pull the backs off. All right, guys, I'm having a mess here, but I'm going to make it work. They're not sticking down. There we go. I think I just didn't push them down is the problem. There we go. All right, so there's my dimensionals on my pup. And we're gonna go ahead and add him. Onto our piece. So cute. I'll move him over so that that lollipop will fit. There we go. There he is in all his cuteness. I didn't need that one behind his hand, so erase that one, guys. I didn't use it. I'm getting rid of it. I forgot that that hand was gonna stick out. Don't put one on that hand if it's gonna stick out. Okay, there we go. I had to fix him. All right, because we don't want people to touch it and then it to be sticky, right? So there is our amazing, fun little treat. Our final step is we're gonna use some white stars. So let me grab my take your pick tool. I'm gonna add some of these cuties on here. So we'll add one here, one above it, and angled. And then I'm gonna put one on the label because gotta add a little bling on the label. And there is our adorable trick or treat box. Trick or treat Frankenpup. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. You'll see when I actually post this video. I'll have to make a decision. But I hope that you enjoyed the project. If you missed yesterday's mini gable box, I will have that posted in the corner of this video. And you can just click right there and get it. I hope you enjoyed it, and please like, share, and comment on my videos. I appreciate the feedback. Thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping.